It was a gorgeous day today. Low humid air. Temperatures, though, still got into the 80s. But with that drier, good feel air in place, it really was a comfortable afternoon. Our weak cold front moved through early this morning. Clouds cleared out just in time for the sunrise. And overall, it was a very nice middle of the week. Let's take a live look out toward downtown. And boy, conditions could not have been better for the flyover, the Blue Angels. I could see them from my house. 84 degrees right now with a dew point of 47. So humidity is only at 27%. You may have heard Peyton Malone talking earlier today. We do have a ban, or at least a fire warning up on the North Shore, where conditions are so dry with those humidity levels in the 20% range that it is just a little too dangerous to do any burning. So something to keep in mind for the next couple of days as the dry air is going to last through tomorrow. We are in the 80s across the area right now, and temperatures started out very mild because we hadn't gotten into the cooler, drier air yet. But that drier air had been moving in all day today. And our high temperature, we did touch at 84 degrees, just above average. But again, with the drier, low humid air in place, it really wasn't bad. And how as tomorrow morning starts off even cooler, and it looks like we're going to get kind of a second surge of some cool, dry air to move in overnight. It may be more of a struggle to get into the low 80s during the afternoon hours tomorrow. So I think tomorrow may be a little bit cooler. You can see from visible satellite from earlier this morning, clouds were still hanging right near the coastline associated with the front. But really all day long today, we enjoyed mostly sunny skies, and we are going to stay gorgeous through tomorrow. Then we're looking at some late evening showers and storms on Friday with our next cold front. And the good news is gorgeous weather moves in for Mother's Day weekend. Now, Mother's Day in particular is going to be beautiful. Sunny skies, high around 78 degrees. May still have a little bit of lingering clouds during the day on Saturday associated with the front, but that'll be all gone by Sunday, Mother's Day itself. There's that weak frontal boundary I was talking about just up to our north. Really, it's going to be dissipating as it pushes southward. Most of the energy with that is staying along the east coast, but all it's doing is kind of reinforcing the good feel air that's already in place. And with high pressure dominant, we're going to stay very nice through tomorrow. As we head into late Thursday, Friday, notice those winds begin to shift direction. And the timing of the front now looks to be more late in the evening and night, or late afternoon and evening on Friday. And then by Saturday morning, rain is gone, but notice we may still have some lingering clouds. And with that front, we could see a few isolated strong to severe storms, primarily for the western part of our viewing area. But if you're with us yesterday, that area was highlighted from more Baton Rouge, more or less Baton Rouge westward. Well, it does include parts of our viewing area as we head into the kind of latter half of the day on Friday. Those storms will be gone by Saturday morning. Again, some lingering clouds Saturday. Matter of fact, Saturday high temperatures may struggle to get into the low mid 70s. Beautiful by Sunday, and that good feel air will continue into early next week.
Sounds like a dream. Thanks, Chris.